The final figure of Wave 2 for Jada's Mega Man line is Cutman, which is kind of surprising because Cutman is one of those they normally throw in immediately. I think thanks to the Ruby Spears cartoon and even to a lesser extent the Battle Network series for featuring him so quickly, Cutman just seems to be one of those that they always push out first. Like he's always like one of the first go-to robot masters to get merch from any Mega Man line. So to actually see him push to Wave 2 is kind of surprising, and let's get into him just like that. So again, just like Jada Toys always does, it is well detailed all the way around. All of these details you don't even normally see are included with this version of Cutman. You've got the pipe ears going on the head, which is great. You've got his angry expression, which is very in line with his original artwork, so that works well for me. Nice mix. It's a very rich shade of orange. I don't have much control over this camera, so I don't know how much of it's getting conveyed, but it is a very deep color. It looks really, really good. Little touches of gray along the trim just to make some of his limbs and gaps stand out from the rest of his body, which is a nice little touch. And then silver paint for the actual scissor on his head. That's going to be a bit of contention for me. We will get into that when we get into the accessories. For starters, you know what? Just for the sake of keeping you in the dark for a little bit, I'm going to put that to the side, and we're just going to talk about standard articulation. Like all of them, ball-jointed neck, which gives you a lot of different range. There's a hinge to the neck too, but I find it very hard to use, so I don't really ever account for it. Shoulders, full universal motion there. Of course, elbow, full motion there. Wrist rotates. My right wrist is actually pretty loose on mine. Again, QC issues are your mileage may vary. Yours might be different. I don't know, but I have to let you know how mine turned out. Yeah, in general, a lot of the joints on this are a little bit softer than they have been on some of them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because the joints have been really tight on a lot of these figures. But he does have the swivel just above the elbow. The elbow itself has about a 90-degree bend to it. You have the wrist bend and then rotation there as well because of the peg engineering. Ball joints in the torso means that he can turn around and bend at the torso joint, but also at the waist as well. Lots of motion and rotation there. Full universal hip motion, as well as a thigh swivel just below that. Knees again. Just like before, I would argue caution with the knees the first time you bend them because they can be very stiff right out of the box. Make sure you are pushing the leg up into the joint to make sure you're putting as little strain on the peg as you can, just for the first couple bends, just to make sure that all the seals are broken, and it's just to give it a nicer feel overall. And then then you can play with it normally, and then of course. Ankle tilt, as well as back and forth. Lots and lots of motion on these toys. Yeah, probably the most articulation we've had. I feel like even the D-Arts Mega Man that they did, as a SH Figuarts spinoff, I feel like even that didn't have as satisfying an articulation range. Maybe better elbow movement and things like that, but this feels good. This feels right for a Mega Man line. Now, for Cutman's accessories, we do have the alternate head, which, again, is based on Mega Man Powered Up, far more expressive, and again, I think I like this better than the standard head. We also have a few different hands for holding onto his actual weapon. So, if that one, a little bit of a curve there, so that can hold onto the blade. And a little bit more of an expressive hand. This one doesn't hold the blade as well, but it's really good as a throwing pose type thing. Now, the way I'm probably going to be using him is with the weapon being held, because frankly, when it comes to the actual rolling cutter, mine has a bit of an issue. Very loose joint. Very loose joint. It's supposed to be hinged so you can position the cutting blade however you want, but unfortunately mine is just very loose on one side because of the way it's pegged in. And it's pinned, so I can't do anything to tighten it either. So that sucks for me. That's really bad luck with the QC. I haven't heard of that as a common issue, but it does really hurt what I can do. Like, even to keep it on his head, it makes them flop over, and it doesn't look right with them like splayed completely open. Like on the head, you want to just be like a little bit open instead of like laying like that. Um, Now I can have him hold it in his hand, or I could use the stem. I could use the actual like base, which has a clip. It's specifically designed just for the rolling cutter. Mine has a crack in the hinge. I can't win with this release. So as much as I like it as a figure, and as much as I like Cutman as a design, I'm left with a sour taste in my mouth here because of all the QC issues this has. I'm genuinely thinking of just buying another one and trying my luck again, because my only alternative is to probably glue the scissors into place, and I really don't want to do that if I don't have to. So again, QC issues like this can be just bad luck of the draw. I have not heard anything else about Cutman, so I can't tell you for sure, but mine had issues, so fair warning. If you get lucky, or if I'm just unlucky, he's still going to be a good toy because this whole line has been really good so far, and despite this, I'm still looking forward to Wave 3 whenever that happens. Now we figure out Bomb Man and Cutman and Gutsman, then we're gonna be good.
Analysis complete. Adapting translators to local language.
Are you out there?